hello, everybody, and welcome back to more 999. Hopefully we're gonna actually finish it tonight, but we'll see. We shall see. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot we got stabbed last time.
Yep.
Again.
Again.
So. It's like been a couple of weeks since the last time we recorded it.
Usually you're rather sharp.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, so we finished that
did all
branch
of
which we hadn't
this.
done yet.
Yeah. So if we want to start getting new stuff, it would...
it's further down.
Yep,
yeah,
down there.
Here to, like, here. Because we did do all of this, it's just not showing up as green because we're, like, in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
So, yeah, that spot in the middle there where it branches off is...
Yeah. No, wait. The 3, 7, and 8 doors, we did all of those options.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can go
Yes.
down to the next branch.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be here.
Yep. And that...
1, 6,
We did
1
1 and 6, I think.
It'll show at least.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's Junpei's magic trick.
Oh, yes. I love how he's only smart when he's tricking people.
He really is, actually. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Isn't he a finance major?
Yes. And yeah, he's broke, so...
Well, he's still in college.
Yeah, to be fair.
Right,
He's broke and has no friends. He's a real winner Akane picked here.
So it looks like our choice here is gonna be door 1.
My choice
Yay.
is door 1.
Santa was unconvinced.
Hey,
Blah blah blah.
Wait a minute there.
Let's see.
We might not be able to
No.
skip it because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
technically
I'm
new.
asking.
Yep.
How could I do that? Let me
Technically
see
new,
that.
but
Sure.
but Santa's still spouting the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
I had 3, and I put the 1. I just needed it after I saw it. If the number I... Well, what is...
Got lucky.
Very well.
blah, blah,
It will be
blah.
Clover, Junpei, and myself.
1 + 4 + 5 = 10. 1 + 0 = 1.
Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams.
June and I want door 6.
Lotus and I want door 2.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people. Aw. Fine. 7,
Once
we'll go
again,
through door
very
6.
samey.
Yep.
3 + 6 + 7 + 8 = 24. 2 + 4 = 6.
Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right?
Ah! Oh boy.
Well,
June was
If
at a
Lotus
loss
murdered-
for words.
If Lotus murders him, it's her right.
Yeah. Lotus was not.
Pig. You just wait and see.
Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine.
Calling me old. This is why men are such a pain in the ass. They're about as subtle as a brick.
And they're at it again.
Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself.
I'll see you later, June.
This is not gonna go well.
Maybe.
Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time it didn't sting quite so much.
Don't make that face. It'll be like what 7 said.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while. Otherwise, we won't be able to. That's how the notary game.
Seven's words took a weight off of Junpei's shoulders and felt much better.
It'll be fine. I'll see you soon.
All right. See you later.
Lingering unease remained, but they went their separate directions without much trouble.
Who's lingering uneasy?
Who up lingering there uneasy?
until they.
Can I see the flowchart real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to see what path it put us on.
We
Oh,
yeah.
are over here.
Woohoo.
Philip.
Junpei, Ace,
Let's
and Clover
fucking
headed towards
go.
A deck.
Here's A deck. It was the door on the left, right?
That should be it, yes.
And here we go.
It opened and they walked through.
It's just as Santa and Lotus said.
At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 upon it.
A numbered door.
To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red.
There's the red. I'll go first.
Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel.
Now the two of you, if you would.
Junpei was next.
Once again, we're on a branch I barely remember.
Finally, listlessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took hold of the lever.
Now.
He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yeah, anytime.
Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head.
Very well then. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Go, go, go!
And it's open! Move it!
They stumbled into the room.
Where is it?
Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device that would determine whether they lived or died.
There it is! Over there!
Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it as if they were fighting for it.
Okay. That's that you need an excuse to touch another man's hand.
Oh my.
It stopped.
Yes, it did.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I agree.
Now then.
Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly.
There's another door. Let's try opening it.
He took hold of the knob and easily, gently pulled it open.
So, this is the wheelhouse?
He closed the door again and turned to Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare, then spoke.
Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door.
Very well.
Clover, you're in charge of this room.
I guess this is his wheelhouse.
Say something.
Yes.
I will.
All right then, let's get started.
This is a very interesting trio.
Really?
I don't feel like any of them really drive well.
No.
Okay, I have to. I mentioned before that I'm playing Disney Dreamlight Valley on my other monitor. I just got fucking jump scared by Remy saying bonjour as the scene changed.
Oh my.
Incredible. Okay, light. It looks kind of like a wilted flower.
It looks like a light, you dipshit.
Ooh, nautical
Don't
charts.
stifle his creativity.
That's part of the
This
puzzle.
is
I
a
remember
nautical
this puzzle.
chart. There's this line on it here. I think the line is the route the ship is supposed to take. There are these dots all over the map. Oh, those are probably ports, like for a boat to stop at. It looks like the lines connect the dots. So it does. Nothing left.
It certainly does.
A chair.
Great observation skills.
A chair. Clover isn't talking much. Well, I guess that's understandable. I mean, she's been through a lot. Really, it's more surprising that she's still together enough to talk at all. Yeah. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There are a number of red pins in several locations. What do these red pins mean? Well, the nautical charts I picked up earlier have a map like this one. Maybe one of them matches up to the pins or something. Let's see. Well, what do you know? Looks like this one's a match to the pins. How convenient. Okay, so we've got 7 locations connected by straight lines, and each one has a word next to it. That's probably the speed. New material has been added to the file screen. Okay. It's another light. Well, I guess she doesn't really feel like talking. She's not really paying attention to anything, is she?
Leave
Her
her
mind
alone.
must be somewhere else.
Must be. I wonder.
The shelves are lined with books. Let's see what's in this blue one. There's something written on it. Ship's log. Huh. Ship's log, huh? Material has been added to the file screen. It's a wooden box. Maybe a case for letters? Hey, Clover. You ever write letters? Nothing. The shelves are lined with books. Looks like they all have something to do with sailing. None of these look very useful. Okay. A pocket watch.
Wowie.
That's a pocket watch. She sure hasn't been saying much. And she just keeps looking at the floor. She seems kind of sad. Gee, you think?
You fucking thing!
Junpei, just leave her
Captain
alone.
Obvious.
Jesus Christ.
A voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei from his examination of the pocket watch.
Oh, pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
He spun around to find Ace standing in the doorway. Junpei shrugged and handed him the pocket watch.
Hey, man. What are you doing over in this room?
Hey,
I just
man.
thought I'd come check up on the two of you. Is there a problem?
Well, not a problem, but...
Well, not a problem, but...
Junpei looked desperately around the room, anywhere but at Ace, trying to find a convincing reason to dismiss him. Ace opened his mouth, then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face.
Oh, I see. Of course.
He looked Junpei over, then glanced at Clover.
I apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck.
Ew.
Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left.
Ow.
For no reason he could fathom, Junpei's head began to hurt.
What the hell?
Me too, dude.
Dude, you okay?
Except I know why my head hurts. It's 'cause it's spring, and the temperatures are all over the place here.
My head.
A sharp pain in his head. How much time passed? He wasn't sure. But he did notice when Ace strode through the door. His smile was more of a smirk, and he had the air of a man who knew more than his opponent.
Yes. There was something I wanted to check, if you don't mind.
Yeah? What's that?
Pardon me.
With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest.
Hey, what
Bro.
the hell are you doing?
Weirdo.
Whoa, what are you putting your hand in my pocket for? Stop!
He reached for Ace's arm, but it was already too late. In the older man's hand were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket.
Dude, that's such a terrible way of getting rid of them.
You should have eaten them.
There's a trash can.
Just
Eaten
what I
them.
thought.
Just eat them.
Just eat
You
them.
switched
It's
the
paper.
meeting
Just
when we
eat them.
voted.
Paper is made probably to be non-toxic. At most, it would give you an upset stomach.
Well,
Yeah, eating paper.
I can't say that I
Eating
care.
paper is fine. It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted, despite your mischief.
Then, why did you...
Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it.
He smiled, gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder, and then turned on his heel and left.
I don't like Ace's
Weirdo.
smile.
What is Sally doing in here?
It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand, and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense.
Damn.
Anything else here? The left drawer. Let's have a look. Nothing. The right drawer. Let's have a look. Nothing. Okay. Probably not anything else there.
You checked every drawer, right?
Wait.
Because there are multiple drawers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It only lets me actually open the one.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
This isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. You sure? A desk? There's nothing in the drawers. Damn it. A desk. Anything in the drawers? Nope. A compass. It appears to be broken, however. You see, the glass cover has been smashed to pieces. The helm. Well, steering wheel might be a more appropriate term. There's another room on the other side of the window. There sure is. What is this? Some kind of display? It looks a little like an electronic scoreboard. I imagine it was added recently.
Yeah, I don't think the Titanic people would have had an electronic scoreboard.
Yeah. Looks like
They
this
were
is
ahead of their time.
some sort of lock. It's got a weird shaped indentation on it. Huh? This shape. It's the pocket watch. Maybe. It does look like the pocket watch would fit here. Nothing. I imagine the pocket watch is intended to go in there. However, we may need to do something with the watch first.
I would imagine we have to set it to a specific time.
Most likely. Mechanical pocket watch with a spring. It doesn't appear to be working. The hands have stopped at 5 minutes, 39 seconds past 10 o'clock. Turning the knob does nothing.
That was such a weird way to say 5 o'clock or 5:30 something or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's probably broken. It looks as though you could move the hands, however.
Yep.
Okay, so...
The way he said it was so confusing that I don't remember what time it was.
It was like, what was it? After 10 o'clock, so it would have been like 10:05 and then like 30-something seconds.
I guess.
A ship's log is found in the chart room. The following is written on the last page. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we headed south and west. We turned southwest to steer around the continent, then proceeded northwest. We made port, then changed our heading to east for a time, and are now heading due north. Soon we will dock in the United Kingdom, the homeland of this vessel. Okay. A nautical table found in the chart room. It shows directions of south, west, southwest, northwest, east, north, and straight. There is a word next to each point on the map. Full, half, slow, full, half, dead, stop. That's what it says. Okay. That is not helpful. Looks like this is the
Yeah.
only exit. Okay.
Not helpful yet.
Oh. An engine order telegraph. They use this on old ships to adjust the speed of the ship. Like the gear shift in a car? Well, it's a little different. This device doesn't connect directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends a signal to the engine. There's a handle on top of it which can be moved back and forth to... Hold on. Huh? There's no handle. You're right, there isn't. It looks as though it was deliberately removed. I see. A compass. And what destiny does it point us to? I really hope you don't think that sounded cool.
Get his ass. You made him sad.
Fuck him.
Just leaves.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah,
He doesn't
a
belong
human
here.
hammer. They're often used to subdue large men like Seven. What?
Wow.
That was a joke, of course.
Dude,
Was
your
it
jokes
now?
are terrible.
You're not funny.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Ace, you really kind of suck at making jokes.
Yeah.
You're not any.
He's so sad.
Stop.
That was rather cruel.
You're so mean to him. You're no better.
Who's behind the helm? A
No,
steering
he is
wheel.
He's slightly funnier.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Let's see if it... Whoa! Looks like the steering wheel moves. So it would seem. I noticed something else as well. What's that? Well, when you move this wheel, the compass also moves. What do you mean? The ship. It's moving. Ha! Tricked you, didn't I? The wheel and the compass must be connected to one another somehow. Do you think that's important? Well, let's try turning it again. Okay. So...
You know, between the last time we played this and now, I played a lot of the Ace Attorney Professor Layton crossover, and let me tell you, that is not helping whatsoever.
There's a circular
love
hole
that
cut into
game.
this board. For
It's
sure.
such a
Cute,
good
I
game.
liked it.
This room is just like the other one. Metal plates bolted over the windows. Heck, not just bolted. It looks like they've been welded on. No way in hell are we gonna get those off anytime soon.
I'm also just a Professor Layton nut, so, you know.
It's the only Professor Layton game I have ever played.
Oh,
And I
need to
probably will not
play-
play the others because I am not good at puzzles.
I need to play you the other ones, because
What would be the point of moving this? The ship is stopped. What would be the use of steering it? Yeah, I know. Still.
they're just so charming.
Oh,
I
If I could
have Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box. I have never been able to finish it. Some of these puzzles are just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Some of the puzzles are hard. Like, there are certain puzzles in the Professor Layton series that are genuinely really hard, but I they're just the story is so good. I fault no one for looking up some of the solutions to some of some of the Professor Layton puzzles.
Okay, so steering wheel. If we move it, then the direction changes. I swear I saw something that had directions on it. Maybe if I entered directions in that order. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
nothing's
navigation
happened.
puzzle.
Junpei, this is almost certainly one of Zero's puzzles. You don't say. There must be a clue here somewhere that will help us solve it. Have you found anything? Perhaps something with the points of the compass on it? Yes. Not item. File. So...
The nautical table.
Yeah. South, west, southwest, northwest, east, north, and straight.
Here, I'll take a screenshot.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Cheating.
Not the compass.
What'd you say?
Cheating.
It's not
Yay, cheating.
It's not cheating!
I'm fucking with you.
Okay, so... South. West. Southwest. Shit. That's weird. Why isn't anything happening? Junpei, you aren't hiding anything, are you? Have you already found something? Blah, blah, blah. I messed up! I know what to do! I messed up!
I have a... I don't know... I have a suggestion that might help. So stop. Oh. Because each direction has an additional word that's associated with it.
Yeah, but I can only...
We need another thingy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have gone the
But
other
I
way,
wasn't
but
sure if we
whatever.
had to do them at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's for something else. Oh wait, I was supposed to go northwest.
Yeah.
The little, like, your stream is still running thing was, blocking some of it.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh,
I
no.
moved
that's
it.
annoying.
Incredibly.
Would reading it out help?
No, I got it now.
Okay.
I moved the thing.
And the stuff.
Southwest,
I'm never sure how
northwest.
malleable UIs are sometimes.
East. North. There we go. What the? The handle came off.
What?
Stooping
Yeah,
so
slow.
low. Are you Zero? What did you mean by that?
What does that look like?
What do you mean stooping so low? What does that even mean?
You know what you have to do
came
with
off
it.
the steering wheel. A handle. Yep. So.
Stab ace.
So this goes here. So I sure hope
Oh,
this
okay.
handle fits.
Yep.
Yes, it
Yay.
fits. Excellent. That should allow us to operate the engine order telegraph. Let's give it a shot.
I'm so concerned for Clover because, like, I haven't, like, she's just, you know, dead
Yeah.
silent.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go. I was like, how do I do this? I just click the things. Slow. Full. Half. It
Dead.
just says dead.
Yeah, dead
There's
slow.
two that say dead slow, so...
Well, since we're only working with the black ones, I would think
Yeah.
it would only be those.
That's weird. I thought I put in the right speed. Did I mess up? No, I don't think so. Look, something's happened on the back wall of the wheelhouse. Yeah, you're right. Let's check it out. There's something on the wall that looks kind of like an arrival board. There are a whole bunch of words on the left side of the display. What the hell is this? There are names of ports across the world. I imagine it's showing us the ship's route. You know, just like the ones you might see at an airport. Departing XX carrier, blank flight blank at blank o'clock. Like that. Oh, I get it. It does look like those are the names of all the ports along the ship's route. It looks like only one of those has a time on it, though. The time on the last line, right? 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Perhaps that's the arrival time? Or perhaps... Broken pocket watch, I can only move the hands manually, the knob doesn't work. Digital scoreboard or something like that. Yes, the last line says 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. That must be the estimated time of arrival on the final port, or at the final port. Oh, perhaps. Whoa, what's he doing? Excuse me, Junpei. Again? Hey, you just took my pocket watch! Hey! What the hell are you doing? Just trust me.
No.
Ace, you've been acting kind of strangely in this one. It should be fine now. Well, thanks for giving me the pocket watch back, but you don't need to look so smug about it. Let's see what he... Oh, he moved the hands. 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Oh, so you changed it to match the final arrival time. Ace nodded slowly. You know what to do next, right? Give it a shot. Yep, it goes in here. Looks like this is some sort of lock, blah blah blah. Let's try putting this in here. Yes, it says open now. Good work. It seems you were successful. Well done, Junpei. Hey, Clover! What? Look, we unlocked the door. Now we can get out of this room. Oh. Well, let's go then. Clover.
Ace being weird and Clover being sad is not giving me hope.
It is not.
It's giving me dread. It's giving
Oh,
dread.
a hallway.
And then over on the other side of things, we've got Seven and Lotus at each other's throats.
Oh,
Who
man.
knows what they're doing?
I wish we could play this game from the perspective of someone else. Just to see the chaos in some rooms.
I wish they would just, like, give us little cut-ins of being like, hey,
Oh,
by
that
the
would
way,
be
here's what's going
beautiful.
on over with the other group.
Right.
I wish.
It's far too narrow to be called one.
They found themselves in a small space outside of the wheelhouse. On their left was a wooden door.
This seems to be the only route.
Yeah, let's go.
Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond.
Wow.
It was full of all manner of turn-of-the-century electronic equipment.
Well, these machines are weird. I've never seen any of them before. Huh? Wait, this one is...
One smaller machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it.
Ah, yes. A telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago.
You mean
I
when
would
you were
not
young?
have recognized that.
Jesus. Sick
turned-
age burn.
He turned and slowly took in the room.
This must be the communication office.
Across the
actually-
room from the door they'd entered through was another door.
And that door?
A metal plaque was nailed to it. It read,
Captain's quarters. Huh.
That's what it
I
says.
bet Seven. I bet
Then
Seven made that joke
Do
to
you think?
Lotus.
We go through the door and Zero's just like taking a nap in there.
He's just having a sandwich.
Ace swallowed. Junpei could feel his hands begin to sweat. Only Clover seemed unaffected.
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
She walked up to the door and put her hand on the knob.
Girl?
It opened easily, and without so much as a pause, she walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. The first thing they saw... well, shit. Was a man on the floor, covered in blood. Junpei felt his body seize up. His mouth went dry, and he felt very, very cold. The blood in his veins slowed to a crawl, and his heart tightened like a fist.
Not again.
This was the third time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he had begun to accept that whatever it was that he saw, whatever happened to him, was beyond his control, and whatever force controlled him was driven by a determination that he could not hope to match.
Damn.
A sense of helplessness, of desperation, washed over him. It left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that wormed its way through his body like acid.
No, wait. We didn't check his pulse yet. Maybe he's still alive.
I sincerely doubt that. Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body, and his heart fell. When he touched his hand to his neck,
No pulse.
his pupils had dilated and he wasn't breathing.
Well, he's dead.
I see that bracelet.
Damn. If only we knew how it happened.
Junpei lifted the man's already stiff body. There was a deep red wound on his chest.
These wounds. I wonder what killed him.
Junpei did not have to wonder long,
It must have been this.
for lying next to the corpse was an axe. The entire blade of it was drenched in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. It was wearing the clothes of a ship's captain, although they were stained with blood.
His clothes. A captain. Does that mean this guy was Zero?
On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0.
Bracelet 0.
It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. He couldn't help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple, too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it a joke.
Junpei.
It may be wise to find a way out of here first.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, that's just lovely. We gotta do another escape room with a corpse.
Yippee!
There's blood on the chair. Do you think this was the dead guy's? Yeah, probably. Yep. A music box. It's a lamp, but it doesn't turn on. I don't think there's anything special about it. Small table. A bed. There's nothing in it. A camcorder. It looks like it's pointed at the door. Well, the power's on. Why would someone want to videotape a door? For security
Play it
reasons? this kind
in
of
case the
camera
door
records to a
decides
hard
to walk
drive.
away.
But it doesn't look like this one's recording anything. What do you mean? It's just sending whatever it sees to something. What does it see? The door. Oh boy. This screen shows the big hospital room. There's just some random hallway on this one. This screen's showing what's happening at the central staircase on B deck. This screen shows what's going on in a small room somewhere that I don't recognize. The room on this screen looks really fancy. This one shows the central staircase on C deck.
I think the bottom right is the shower room.
Yeah, I don't recognize the room on this one. There's a bunch of weird buttons on here. They probably switch what you see on the screens. Do you know how to work this thing? Why don't we just press one of these? Like this one. Well, I guess it does change the... What the hell is this? There's nothing on the monitor, just static. Is that static? It looks like text. It looks like very blurry text. Hey, isn't the door on that screen the one right behind us? You're right. So whatever that camera sees is sent to the screen in real time. I wonder if that means something, you know?
Huh.
Junpei snorted with grim humor for the second time since he'd come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom had a single letter each, spelling out
Z-E-R-O, huh? It's like he's making fun of us. What do you think?
He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Clover nodded.
Nothing.
It seemed that she cared about little. Of course, Junpei could hardly blame her. Given the strain she was surely under, Junpei was somewhat surprised she had responded at all. Still, he had to ask. He gestured toward the corpse.
What about him? Do you think that's really Zero?
Clover shook her head weakly.
There's no way that's him. Didn't I tell you already? Zero is one of us.
Yeah, right.
I know it's important to figure out who this guy is, but don't you think we should figure out how to get out of here first?
But...
Please, I don't want to waste any more time.
Clover looked miserable, as if she could start crying at any moment. Junpei just didn't have the heart to tell her no.
All right, sure thing.
What is wrong with you?
Was his mind playing tricks on him? Junpei wondered. For a moment, he could have sworn he'd seen Clover smile.
That's not concerning at all.
Yeah. What's the deal with this? Is it some kind of code?
Oh.
There are 4 rows of numbers and letters. They all start with a 0 and end with 8, F, N, or V, respectively. Maybe this has something to do with number bases?
No.
Oh boy.
No.
Not more codes!
I am bad at bases.
A drawer. There's nothing inside.
Literally, anytime anyone tries to talk about like hexadecimal or base whatever, it's just way too complicated for me.
Even with my love of ARGs, I can barely even recognize codes half the time.
I'm decent at like figuring out if something is like actually encoded, but base 10, base 8, whatever.
Yeah, like I can't identify what code it's using. So if I want to like decode something, I'll just copy it, go to like one of those pages that lets you decode like a bunch of different kinds of things and just like
our favorite
put it into
decoder,
every
the one that looks
option.
like it's on parchment. If you know, you know. It's the one site everyone goes to.
They look like batteries. There's a cable running from them to the monitor. A chair. Sure is. I think this probably used to be a door. Nobody's going through it as long as this metal plate's here, though. Well, even without the metal plate, the desk's in the way. That's true. It's an old telegraph machine. Nothing suspicious here. It's an old telegraph machine. I'll be honest, I have no idea how it works. Small screwdrivers.
Oh, that's a nice set of screwdrivers.
Yeah. A set of small screwdrivers. Perhaps we can use them to dismantle small devices?
I bet those have the little spinny thing on the end, so you don't have to actually
Yeah, precision.
spin the whole thing.
Precision screwdrivers.
Yes.
A music box. Would you wind it for us, Junpei? Ugh. It sounds rather odd. What's this? The pins on the cylinder look rather strange. In fact, these don't look like pins at all. It looks to be some sort of board. We'll need to dismantle it to get a better look.
Combine!
Combine! Alright, this screwdriver ought to make short work of this music box.
Oh,
It
it's
looks to be a
Morse
cylinder
code.
for music box. There are a number of pins and some pieces of metal that look rather like fans attached to it.
I see
This is-
dashes.
This do be Morse code.
It sure do be.
Ink.
Oh, that's
A
Surprisingly
bottle of
easy.
ink. It's filled with ink. It most certainly is, Ace.
we need a piece of paper, I guess. Because if we put the cylinder
So-
in the ink and then roll it on something,
Yep.
Oh.
That is in fact how you solve that puzzle.
I guess I'll put the ink on the cylinder. Dirty cylinder! Ah, yes, I see. You put ink on the cylinder. Yeah. If I roll it across a piece of paper, the pins and the fans will leave marks, right? The pins will make dots and the fans will leave lines. Alright then, show us. If I can
first we
find
need
a piece of paper. Look, a hook. That wasn't a joke. I know, man.
So defensive.
Sure it wasn't. It looks as though that drawer is the only thing that's locked. I don't see a keyhole, though. An electronic lock, perhaps? Take a look at the left side of the drawer. Yeah, there's some cables over there. That must mean... This is a really long cable. The tip is hooked onto one of the desk's drawers. Aha! Paper! There's a piece of paper in the drawer. Hey, what is this? It's blank. There's nothing written on it.
With the powers combined.
Now I just gotta roll the cylinder across a piece of paper, and if I'm right, the ink should... We have Morse code. Don't know
So,
what it says.
I'm very curious because, like, if this was like a practical escape room, like you were actually there, how would you know where to start the Morse code on the cylinder? You know, if you were rolling it out.
That is a
'Cause it's just
good
a tube.
question. I
Which
guess...
in the game it makes sense, but if it was like an actual physical escape room, you would have to like notch in the thing where to start rolling it.
Yeah.
There's a pair of
Sorry, I'm-
headphones on the desk.
I'm just a very curious person, I guess.
No, it's a good thing to point out. Alright, I've got the Morse code I'm supposed to enter. If I do this right, something will happen. I hope. Alright, let's give this a shot. So... That's the last one, and yes. Excellent work, Junpei. Good job. You seem to have figured it out. You've unlocked the drawer. I most certainly have. What's in it?
Nothing. It would be funny if it was a literal red herring.
A red file
Oh,
lay in
God.
the drawer. Junpei reached down and picked it up.
Looks like there's something on the cover. ALLICE. But isn't it supposed to say all ice? This doesn't have a space between the L and the I. Are they saying that ALLICE is a single word?
Alice?
Alice?
It was an
Alonzi?
interesting thought, but it left Junpei's mind quickly as he opened the file. What lay inside was far more interesting and far more confusing. Hieroglyphics? Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked like tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animals, wings, and even kneeling humans. Yes, those are hieroglyphics, Junpei. There were many pages in the file, and each was full of these strange
What
symbols.
the hell is this?
He didn't realize he'd spoken out loud until Ace looked over at him.
They are hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt?
That's right.
Can you read them?
Of course. I can't. What would make you think I could?
Jesus.
What the hell?
So mean.
Junpei flipped through a few more pages. It wasn't just one or two pages that were covered in the strange symbols. Every single page was covered in them.
Whoa, the whole thing's like
Crow's
that.
never seen a pictograph before.
Trying to read them was pointless. Junpei wasn't going to waste any more time with them. He made to close the file, and something fell out.
Huh? What's this?
He bent down and picked it up.
Oh, a key card.
There was a symbol on it that reminded Junpei of the symbols for the Saturn and Mercury key cards. This one, however, had a dot in the center of the male symbol.
Uranus. That's the Uranus symbol.
That's a very specific way that you trained yourself to say it.
That's actually the correct way to say it.
I know, but still.
The thing is, no matter which way you say it, it sounds funny.
Yeah. And I mean, like, the Greek way to say it is Oranos.
That's
Which
true.
is much cooler.
Junpei looked over to see Ace examining the card. In addition to the Uranus symbol, there were 3 words engraved on the card as well.
Something's written on the bottom. Bottom deck library. This must be the key to the library, then. Is the bottom deck a library? Anyway, whatever. It's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now.
He gripped the key card tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. Make sure Ace doesn't grab it from you.
Fucking weirdo.
He's got sticky fingers.
New material has been added to the file screen. There's a key in the drawer. I guess it was hidden under the red file. Unique key. I mean, it certainly is.
Yeah.
A key with
That's
a
one
leather
way
case.
of putting it.
It isn't metal. My guess would be ceramic. Junpei, have you found a keyhole that might fit it?
Yeah, in your...
Uh-oh.
Junpei, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. That's the wrong way. Okay, I get it.
I forgot to turn off message requests on one of my accounts.
Oh no. Let's see if shaking you gets us anywhere. No dice. Okay. I actually don't know what this goes to. Not this.
Have you inspected it? Because I honestly don't know what it is
Early
either.
telecommunications device, most likely used to transmit a radio signal of some sort. I experimented with it earlier, but to no avail. I imagine it's broken. Yeah. A rather unique key. The tip is square.
Why is it in like a holster?
I don't know.
You don't have a holster for all your keys?
Nothing in here. Clock mounted on the wall. The hands aren't moving. Little surprised that the time is wrong then, I suppose. And there's nothing on the back. Okay, so it's useless. A light. It looks like a pretty flower. It looks like a light.
It looks like the Pixar thing, which
Yeah.
is a light.
So it looks like a light.
Small table, a lamp, nothing to see here.
Why
A bed, nothing suspicious here.
was there something on that side table earlier?
Here?
Because why? Yeah. Why else would we zoom in on it?
Was there something? I think there was.
Okay, maybe I'm just crazy. It just feels so weird to be able to zoom in on something that has nothing.
Yeah. This is one of those things that switches what's on the screen. Let's see what happens if I flip one of these switches. Nothing. Looks like it doesn't work anymore.
Have you inspected the keypad on the door?
Ah. No, I have not. The display is dark. I guess the power isn't on. The control panel for the
A
electronic lock
rectangle.
looks like it's got a keyhole on the bottom right. Maybe the key I got earlier.
That was literally just a guess.
It was like the only thing I hadn't
yet.
looked at
Let's
yet,
go
I
broke it.
think. Sweet, just had to put that key in and now it's on. Junpei, look! There's a minus sign on the screen. There are 8 of them. That
They're
probably...
called dashes.
Yeah! That probably
The
means
upside-down
we've got to
triangle
put in
button.
8 digits.
Upside down triangle button. You're haunted.
Oh, you guys missed it last week when me and Newt were watching Severance. We were like, oh, it's the inverted triangle button.
Oh God. Oh my God. I
We
just
need to
want
do more severance.
I just want a piece of art that has all of the cast of 999, like doing that, like pointing at the thing and going oh, and it's just a down button, and it has written above it upside down triangle, inverted triangle. It would fill me with such
Okay,
joy.
do you think you could figure it out? That is a good question.
The answer is always no, but I'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
Do the Phoenix Wright method of bullshitting your way
bluffing?
through. Yep.
Oh God, I hate this. I hate this already. So do we have to figure out what Z, E, R, and O are in a hexagon?
Wasn't there was like a string of numbers or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the file. No,
That's
this
not
is
it.
just the file about digital root.
Yeah.
Why did it say there was something new? There
Go
wasn't.
to the right. Keep going.
I just haven't looked at most of these, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, these are all controls. Is it? It's not in your inventory, right? Yeah, it's not. Numeral system chart.
This is just.
Oh, hit the off button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow, I hate this. Okay, so we have to figure out what Z is. Oh boy. If 10
So-
is A, 26 letters later, it would be Z, right?
Yeah.
Or 25. So it would be 35?
Would you like me to just look up the answer?
No!
No,
fun.
no, we can solve it.
We can do it.
Okay.
So we need to put in 8 digits. So I guess it is 0 in hexadecimal. So
Okay, let me.
So we're
if
saying,
that's
like-
the case, then
so
Z is 35, right?
35 or 36. It's one of those two.
Let me bring up it. Okay, 35,
is
36.
E is 14.
E is 14.
R is, oh god, I have to count.
It's on the fourth. It's on the fourth line of the actual page. So we could just 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Okay.
And then O would be 24. I think.
Okay.
I wrote it down.
Thank you. So
I'd say
I'll
try
try
35 first.
Yeah. Once I put in the 8-digit number, just press E to enter, and if I mess up, hit C. So
The visuals help a lot.
yeah. Yay! Yes!
Woohoo!
It
Good
worked!
job.
Are you proud of us?
Good job, Junpei! Excellent. You seem to have unlocked it. Good work, Junpei. Alright, let's go.
Having an actual, like, picture of everything out helps a lot.
Yeah. And just like taking physical notes is just
Yeah.
really helpful in general. I have a like index card on it with my notes from solving puzzles in Ebe that I have been using to get through that game every time I
yeah.
play it for like a decade at this point.
I actually have, in the back of one of my old sketchbooks, I have a, like, where I was working out the solutions to some puzzles in the Hello Charlotte series.
Ah.
I also have a bunch of notes for various Genshin puzzles, especially stuff in like Inazuma and Enkanomiya, because those puzzles, oh my god.
Yeah.
This makes me really want to play Professor Layton now. God damn it.
That reminds you of a puzzle?
It does! I'm glad
You could say
asked.
this reminds you of a puzzle. They stepped out of the captain's quarters and into another hallway. The hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit before turning left, like a great backward L.
All right, let's go.
Junpei rounded the corner and took off down the straightaway. He ran, and ran, and ran. At the end of the hallway was a door.
That's the next door.
He made straight for it.
Wait, a piece of paper.
Oops, sorry. He was nearly halfway to it when he noticed a piece of paper in the middle of the floor. Junpei skidded to a halt.
This is...
He dropped down to his hands and knees and quickly tore the paper off the floor.
Map of the ship's interior for A-Deck.
Why is this shocking you
What's
so
wrong?
badly, sir?
Ace, slightly slower by virtue of his advanced age, had finally caught up to Junpei. His knees, you have to understand.
I found a map for this floor.
He showed Ace what he snatched from the wall. He looked at it. I thought it was on the floor. He looked at it long enough to determine what it was and nodded.
I see.
With that, he began running again, past Junpei.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I should keep this, though.
Junpei shoved the map into his pocket and got up to follow Ace.
Why'd he
But-
just fuck off?
But something stopped him.
Hey, where's Clover?
Uh-oh. He turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Damn it, what the hell is she up to?
Junpei muttered angrily under his breath and took off back the way he'd come. As he stomped around the corner, he saw her. She was standing in front of the door to the captain's quarters, her hand on the doorknob.
Clover!
Huh?
As Junpei watched, she closed it, gently and quietly.
What the hell are you doing?
I will say, there is a certain combination of words, 2 words, that I have heard in relation to this game before, that, both of the things that those words refer to, have shown up here.
Oh?
Haha.
Nothing.
How, I wonder what those words are.
I
Mean
wonder.
nothing.
I wonder.
I'm actually clueless.
Clover had unconsciously put her hands over the pockets of her jacket as if trying to hide something.
What the hell is that?
What?
You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Oh, this? This is... I wonder.
What the hell?
Come on, we gotta hurry.
With that, Clover ran straight past a somewhat confused Junpei. As she did, he caught a glimpse of her back.
Huh? Clover, what's that on your back?
Sticking up from her collar was something that looked like a big wooden stick.
A stick? Hey, Clover! What the hell's that thing on your back?
She didn't respond. Instead, she quickly turned the corner and disappeared.
Is she ignoring me? For crying
That's not
out
the
loud.
issue here.
That's not the problem here, Junpei. Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later and ran off after Clover. Oh, it'll make
Oh,
sense.
it will make sense.
It'll make
You
sense.
won't have a choice. It will make
Junpei pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs.
The big stairs. Huh. So this is where it ends up, just like it says on the map.
It was just what he'd expected to see after reading the map. His I see after reading the map himself meant that Ace had probably realized the same thing.
Ace, did he head down?
Excuse me.
He put his hand on the handrail and leaned over to look down.
Oh, there he is.
Look, the 4 others are there too.
And not just Ace. Santa, June, Seven, and Lotus as well. Good, they didn't kill each other.
Really?
Yet.
Let's join them.
There's still time.
Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. They reached B deck at the same time.
Jumpy,
Wow, we haven't been here
Clover.
for a really long time.
June's face was excited. Something had happened, that much Junpei could tell by simply looking at her.
What's up?
Given their situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself.
We found it.
Found what?
We found it.
What did you find?
The last door. We found door 9.
What?
Come on! Just follow us. We'll explain on the way.
Okay.
Seven turned and jogged off down the stairs.
Well, if that's the case.
Wait for me.
We should get going as well.
The rest followed.
Jumpy, we finally made it.
The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what each one of them felt.
Yeah, it's finally time.
Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe that they'd really done it. At least, not just yet. Still, if everyone said that it was door 9, then it probably was.
We've reached the end.
He could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that the prospect of escape was an exciting one. Uh-oh, hold on.
A little important.
Okay, there we go. Did I read this line? I don't think I did. Yeah, he was
I
doing
don't
his
remember.
best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that the prospect of escape was an exciting one.
Something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people can go through the numbered door. 7 of us are on our way to door 9. That means that, best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who have to stay behind. 2 people. Is there a way?
Incorrect.
Junpei looked over at the clock.
4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left. I've got no time to wonder about it now.
Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up!
Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie.
Let's go, Jumpy!
June took off down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could.
Yeah.
Junpei followed. They were quiet for a while until they had just reached C deck when Clover spoke.
Hey, what about door 2?
Everyone else stopped. They all turned to look at Clover. Seven spoke.
What about door 2?
Door 2 is the only one we haven't gone through it, I mean.
Yes, that is true.
Are you guys okay with that? Not investigating it, I mean?
So what? We found door 9. We don't need any of the other doors.
What's the point? Huh? What's the point in going to door 9? We can't all go through it, right? And we should do what we have to do before we go any further. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. The best way to finish it quickly is to do the border pieces first. You know? Or what? You think all 7 of us should go to door 9? And then we argue over who stays behind and who gets to go? Do we really want to do that again? Who knows? If we check out door 2, maybe we'll find something. Maybe we can find a way to get all of us out. Huh. I don't know what might be in there. We may not find anything. But don't you think it'd be better to at least have a look? I mean, am I wrong? Does that sound wrong to you guys?
Someone's grunting.
Yeah, you do have a point.
The others nodded in agreement.
The last time I checked the clock, it was 4:30. It's not like we've got a lot of time, but if we're quick about it, we might have time to take a look.
Okay, like,
You're right.
hang on. If they saw the 9 door, they know that there's other 9 doors, right? Like, they were
Unless they
literally
didn't-
right
They don't
there.
know. They didn't. They only saw the one.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't say
Guys.
anything about it, so at the very
Guys.
least, our group doesn't know about it.
Let's
Because, like,
go take a
remember
look
when
at door 2.
Junpei walked in, he's the one who turned around and looked and saw another door.
Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
else.
So,
Junpei's
all,
the
like-
only one who needs to take a look around the entire area.
yeah.
They were back in front of the elevator. Nearby was the large hospital room.
The elevator can take us down to door 2.
Who shall go then?
Let's see.
Me. I'm going.
Then June, 7, and I need to go with her.
4 plus 3 plus 6 plus 7 equals 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2.
Hey, why do you get to...
I don't mind. We'd only waste time arguing over it.
Jumpy, I'm okay too.
See?
Can we just go now?
Fine.
All right, let's get going. I'll see you later.
Okay. Be careful.
Junpei just, I don't get to do anything. I have to wait.
They climbed into the elevator, and Junpei listened to it creak and rattle its way to the bottom deck. Only Junpei, Ace, and Lotus were left. As the elevator rumbled out of sight, Ace spoke.
Lotus, would you be so kind as to go with me?
Go with you? Well, I didn't think people still talked that way outside of the 1950s. I'm a mother. Is that a problem for you?
That wasn't what I meant to. I was hoping you would come with me.
Seriously, though, I was kidding. So, where was it you wanted to take me?
There's something I wanted to show you.
Hey man, what the hell? I'm not important enough?
Junpei is like, guys, stop leaving me out.
Well, it's.
I'm the
not
main
like that.
character!
I'm the POV character. I need to see everything.
Once I've shown Lotus, I'll show you.
Really?
Of course.
Ace's smile was friendly.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Thanks, Junpei. Are you coming, Lotus?
Fine. Doesn't look like they're going to be back anytime soon. I might as well go and see whatever it is you think is so important.
Thank you. Well then, shall we go?
Don't like
Ace
that.
turned and began to walk. Lotus followed. I don't have a good feeling about this. They
all-
disappeared into the hallway on the left.
Does Ace even give an explanation for like why it has to be Lotus and Lotus alone, or is Junpei just like,
No.
okay, yay?
Yeah, it just sounds like Junpei's just like stupid.
Yeah. Junpei trusts these guys a little too much, I think.
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
seemed to drag as Junpei waited for the others to return.
Ugh, they're so slow. And what's keeping Ace and Lotus?
Suddenly, the elevator opened. A single person stood there.
Clover! I guess you're the first one back.
It was only Clover inside. He didn't see the rest. She looked at Junpei, then slowly, purposefully, stepped out of the elevator. The door closed behind her.
Where's everybody else? What happened?
She didn't answer. Instead, her eyes swept the room and then settled on Junpei.
Where are Ace and Lotus?
Oh, Ace said he wanted to show Lotus something, so they went into that hallway.
Junpei explained what had happened.
Oh, then they went over there?
Her voice was small and timid.
Yeah, I think so.
He repeated his earlier question.
So where are June, Santa, and Seven? Why aren't they with you?
You really want to know?
Oh boy, here we go. There was something wrong with her smile.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Here, let me show you.
Clover pulled something out of her pocket and tossed it onto the floor at Junpei's feet.
Huh?
He looked down. On the floor in front of him were 3 metal rings.
Bracelets. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit.
Junpei collapsed.
No. No way. No way. This has got to be some kind of joke. This can't be real.
Junpei's body felt like rubber. His heart felt like a cold lump in his chest, and his hands shook uncontrollably. Sweat poured down his face. The 3 bracelets sat there on the floor before him. He could see the numbers on their faces.
3, 7,
And
6.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the paramedic Mary's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
But why?
Junpei's voice was flat and broken. Clover's response was cold.
Revenge for my brother. He was forced into door 3 and murdered. You need at least 3 people to open a door. Who were the 2 that opened that door with him? It could only have been Santa and Seven. That's why I killed them.
2 plus 3 plus 7 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3.
Why? Why did you kill June?
because she tried to protect them. She was in my way. She had to die too.
No. No.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to wake himself from what had to be a dream.
No. No.
It couldn't be real. It just couldn't.
Hey, Junpei.
He felt Clover's hand on his shoulder. Her smile was wrong. Horribly wrong. Her face looked like a mask made from stretched human skin. The smile that parted her lips did not extend to her eyes. They were dead and empty. Okay, you want to know something kind of funny about this?
What?
Yeah.
My model is frozen right now.
Oh no.
So my smile also looks wrong.
Oh boy.
You know, if I am remembering correctly, I do believe Clover is also voiced by the same person who played Orochimaru in the English dub of Naruto.
I can look it up real quick.
The girl in front of him was no longer the Clover he had known. Perhaps she was not even human.
Let's go.
Her hand reached out toward him.
Let's get out of here. Let's leave this ship.
What the hell are you talking about? To open a numbered door,
Yes, I know. You need at least 3 people. But as long as we have this...
Once again, Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out.
That's...
It was another bracelet. Junpei could see the number on the face. 0. 0.
the 0 bracelet. You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Oh, this? This is...
Like asking a dog what it has in its mouth.
For
Drop
real.
it.
See? You get it now? If we have the 0 bracelet, we can leave. You and I can open door 9 with just the 2 of us.
4 plus 5 plus 0 equals 9.
See? So let's go. Come on. Hurry up.
She shoved out her hand again. Junpei looked up at Clover. She had the face of a demon. But there was something else. There was a holy light that surrounded her. She was both a fierce god and a benevolent goddess filled with love.
Junpei.
Her voice was soft. Her eyes weren't empty anymore. They were deep. So deep, Junpei could feel himself falling into them. He felt dizzy. There was something oddly bewitching about her.
No, it's not
His
the time.
mind was beginning to crack, and his heart began to melt.
Junpei.
The hand she was offering him, it looked so soft, so inviting.
Clover.
There's something deeply wrong with you, sir.
Yeah. Well, he's also in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Junpei reached out with his own trembling hand and closed it over hers.
Yeah?
Yeah, so the 2 words I was talking about before were Clover and axe.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Ending!
I think
Junpei
that-
writhed
isn't
in
that all the
agony.
bad endings now?
Yep.
We did it.
He shuddered and twitched, his body spasming as he went into shock. He screamed until his throat was torn and bloody, and then screamed more. His cries echoed across the room. Eventually, his movements slowed and then faded. There was no more strength left in Junpei. He could feel his body begin to go numb. He no longer felt pain. He no longer felt anything. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. The last remnants of his mind began to fade. Even as his vision faded to nothingness, he saw Clover.
Thanks, Junpei. I'm just gonna borrow this, okay?
Her smile was cold.
She cut off his hand?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What was left of Junpei's conscious mind drifted away. All
She
that
really
was
didn't
left
need to.
was a twisted, broken corpse.
Like, he was gonna go with her. She just kind of is on a little bit of a murder streak here.
Well, I would have personally, if I were in her shoes, which I never would be because I am definitely not the type of person who would ever do that.
The achievement for this ending is called "Let me ask you a question."
Yeah. Yep. I would attack the person, their torso first, and then cut off their hand.